This is Kett from Shiraz Lane, and you're listening to Brutally Delicious Podcast. Blah!
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
Here we go.
Hey, here we go. Okay, you have cool backgrounds. I need something like this as well.
Yeah, it was so funny when the Five Finger Death Punch Trumpist guy was like, because clearly I'm not by the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yes.
On some hill somewhere. I just totally thought it was fucking hilarious because it was like, okay, they were like, where are you at? And Bruce is like, I'm here in Richmond, and I'm like, guess where I am? It's completely somewhere completely different, but it's not like here. And he's like, no, I know where you are. You're in. And I was like, this is, yeah. Cool,
No, that's
cool
great.
stuff.
Well,
But
cool.
hey,
Yeah.
welcome to the show, Hannes.
Thank you so much.
From
Thank you.
Shiraz Lane. I'm just gonna like be rude and take the reins here, Bruce.
Please do.
Oh, yeah.
It's my local boys. So
Mm-hmm.
you know. So this is Bruce. It's basically his show, which I'm stealing now. And you know me, I'm Rina. And
Mm-hmm.
we're both here in Helsinki. And Shiraz Lane is one of the like really cool up and coming bands, or you have been up and coming for a few years
For a
already.
few years, indeed.
Yeah, a few years indeed. But like, you know, one of those bands that are really, really taking forward the good old rock and roll.
Rock and roll attitude. Yeah, that's what we try to
Not
do.
just even attitude, but like, you know, the
Swagger.
gospel of it, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is how I would describe it. And we just had what's his name? Joel Hoekstra.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just on, and he also did Monsters of Rock that you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
also
Yeah,
just
he
did.
had the Bloody Mary jams, which was very nice.
Totally. Yeah, the hangover jams, as he called
Oh,
it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, oh yeah. So tell us, well, this will give us a little bit of a like sneak preview on your voting trip, but tell us more about it.
Well, it was our second time around. Once again, a dream come true, and already expecting until the next one. What can I say? It's just 5 days filled with rock and roll. Just people there for the love of the music, having a good time. It doesn't matter how you look, doesn't matter what you wear. It's all about peace, love, and rock and roll. So it's to be a part of something like that as a Finnish band, that's special. And the fact that we get to meet our fans from abroad and from the States, from Brazil, from around the world, and for them to come there and support us, many telling us that the reason why they came to Monsters of Rock was because of us.
That's
It's
kind of
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
It's very cool, and you know, you get to give it all you got. And I try to do it as well in the karaoke every single night. So I give them as much as I can, and yeah, it was beautiful. I got to meet lots of the people that I look up to, and like Kip Winger, I have his phone number now in my phone, which is a kind of a dream come true for me. I got to meet the guys from Extreme. I get to meet lots of young bands as well, and just to make new friends. It's beautiful.
Do you find it intimidating playing in front of some of those idols of yours?
Oh no! Like, why should I be scared? Where they're doing our thing, and it's the exact same reason why they started back in the day. So I think they should be a bit intimidated about what's to come.
Nice.
I love
That's
that.
great.
attitude.
I love that.
I'm gonna bury you, dinosaurs.
I'm gonna pass the torch at some point. So
Right.
It's
I'm
true.
just showing them that, hey, I can take it if you want.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna take it whether you like it or not. You know.
Well,
That is
maybe.
the rock and roll attitude, right?
Mhm. Oh yeah.
But yeah, you guys released your last album last year, August, I think, The Forgotten Shades of Life.
Yes.
And since then, you have lost your pretty legendary rehearsal space. You guys are from Vantaa, which is for most of you people who are not from Finland. There's like these 3 cities in the capital area, and Vantaa is one of them. And this place that they used to rehearse at, Vernissa, was a pretty legendary, not only a rehearsal space, but also one of the like few venues that are in that town? And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not an expert on Vantaa.
No,
being
you're
from
very
Espoo.
you're very right. Yeah, Vantaa, Tikkurila. So everyone thinks we're from Helsinki, and even though it's easier to think that Finland only has one city, it's actually not true. And we're from Tikkurila, very proud of it. And in this rehearsal space, we wrote 3 albums and 1 EP. We got to enjoy it. It's like a cultural mecca when it comes to the Vantaa scene, which unfortunately is literally not big. And so we got to be there and experience it. Actually, before we went there, there was another band from Vantaa called Mind of Doll back at the beginning of 2000 or something like that. They were getting somewhere, but then everything just went down the drain. So we got to go to their rehearsal space, and in this rehearsal space, we actually recorded our first demos with the guitar player from that band. And now then we got to spend 10 years in this room. And one could say that we're a bit sad that we're leaving, but at the same time, I already know how our new rehearsal space is going to look like. First of all, it's going to be like 3 times bigger. So now we'll be able to do the kind of content that I'm very much been looking forward to do, which is just ask our fans which kind of covers would you like to hear from us, and then we can just record it and then make some videos of that and just put it on YouTube, right, without everything being so very how can I put this? Everything's so strict and everything has to be perfect all the time.
Right.
I don't think so. And when it comes to our fans, instead of for them to wait, like have 2 songs a year or like an EP or something, they wait 2 years for an album, we can just put some stuff out there for them to listen to. And now we're going to have the possibility because the room is big. So I'm expecting great things from this.
I think rock and roll, true rock and roll, should be gritty and not polished, right? I mean, that's the whole...
Yeah, for sure. Like nowadays, everything's possible when it comes to the studio. And sure, that's nice in some ways, but in some other ways, you can get stuck in your mind. Everything has to be perfect all the time. But I think you should write the best songs that you can. You should record them as good as you can, and then just put it out. And then when you're performing them live, you should be able to perform them live as well. Of course, lots of people have been talking about backing tracks and incidents around that. For me, it all depends on what kind of show you want to give the people. I don't mind at all, as long as the people are there to enjoy it. Then I think people should be able to do what they want.
Right, but if you take $1,000 a ticket, you're playing maybe.
Yeah, when it comes to that, and regarding some bands, especially, I think you're pointing out to some of those bands.
Right.
For sure. I think as a singer, for me, I take pride in my craft, and I try to be better every single day. I try to practice, rehearse, get better, and nail every single concert. And of course, not every concert will be perfect, but at least I'm trying to always hit those high notes, always try to do as much as I can with my voice. And as a singer, I think singers should do that and not only rely, especially when it comes to lead vocals, there should not rely on backing tracks when it comes to that. Right. Or especially nowadays when there's this possibility to use a live autotune, which I've also heard some bands do live, which is kind of weird because now we're blurring the lines of real soul and electronics, and that's kind of strange to me. So yeah, but hey, it's a weird world. Yeah, it's a weird world.
As a singer, basically you have one job, that is to hit the freaking notes.
Right. So, that is.
I think some bands may need to use auto-tune live or consider.
Very many bands, and I'm not saying this like to blow my own pipe, but very many do nowadays. It's because all the songs are written in the studio with all the help from the studio magicians. Sure. And then you're supposed to do it live, and then you realize that I can't really do this live because I never really done it live. Everything's been cut into pieces and then glued in together with different beautiful effects, and suddenly here we go. But then again, when you think about lots of the youngsters out there, I just turned 30, so now I can say that. I'm very happy for that. Many people are used to the whole autotune sound, so if it doesn't sound like that, then they're weirded out. Like, what's wrong with him? Why doesn't he sound the same? Without understanding all the beautiful things that comes into writing music and doing all this. But hey,
but this is definitely it's kind of like comparable to like getting used to your face on filters. You know, the real thing then just fucking weirds you out, you know, and you're like, what, there's something wrong with this. This is not polished. This is not beautiful on all angles, you know, like that's, it's the same thing. But that I think that's basically like, I don't know, like you would be a hockey player with electronic skates that basically just, you know, take you to the goal, and that, like, I don't know, the puck is like just built to slide in if you use the right stick. And it's
very
a craft
strange
of skill, you know.
Yeah, we we had this one single called Fake Perfection, which was exactly about this. I think we're always striving for perfection, which is nice. I do the same thing, but I've also realized that imperfection is perfection. And that's the beauty of humanity, is that we're not perfect. If everything runs smoothly all the time, and everyone's, you know, behaving like in Sunday school all the time, that would be boring. You know, we need to have different perspectives, and we need to be different and look different. It's all and better.
I think you can hear that in some of the music too, right? So some of the heavier music these days is all quantized and you know, completely computerized as far as timing goes.
Yeah,
it's very sterile. You can notice it. It's not like, you know, rock and roll where there's a bit of a sway. The drummer sways a little bit, and I think that makes it more organic and more real.
Oh yeah, and when you're talking about this, have you heard when they tried to quantize Led Zeppelin, John Bonham? It's horrible. Like all the groove is gone. It's just wrong. The magic of having a rock band, what I think one of the key things is, well, first off, everything starts with a kick-ass drummer. Then you have the bass player. They're in the pocket. Everything revolves around that. And if you spend a lot of time at the rehearsal space, like we've done with the guys from Shiraz Lane, we know each other, we know where we're going. So if we jam something together, we already know when the next chord is coming so that we can follow. Of course, it's not going to be perfect all the time, but, you know, practice makes perfect. And I think people have forgotten about that. And I mean,
also those imperfections make it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And like just going with the flow and being able to give in to the moment.
Right. So tell me about the acoustic sets, because that kind of ties into the same sort of thing, right? Because you're doing the acoustic sets, and that makes you more vulnerable and out there, right?
Yeah, I love those. Like when we play acoustic, it's different because, of course, the versions that we've written about our songs are different, because now it's all about taking this one song, making it a bit different. And for me as a singer, it's very cool because now I really get to be in the middle of everything, tying everything in together. And it's beautiful. I love it. And our fans have been loving them as well. And we're doing that with Shiraz Lane. And also I'm planning to start doing those on my own as well, because there are lots of great songs in the world that I like to cover by myself, with the guys, with different people around the world as well. And it's just a completely different beat, just in general, because, well, when we did this acoustic show just a while back, we took some old songs and we had to listen to it and wonder that, what can we do to this? What can we do with this? How can we make it shine by itself with just two acoustic guitars, an acoustic bass, drums, and vocals? And then we just play out with it, just like puzzle pieces, find the perfect way for it to be. And what I really want to do, I've told the guys already, and I've been saying this many times, is what I like to do is record like an EP or something like MTV acoustic style, because I've been listening to those a lot. I think most of you people out there have been listening to those, and you feel the magic in those versions. It's even more raw, and I'd really like to do that. I'd really like to do that because I remember, well, I can't even think about how many countless times I've listened to these versions and just been on YouTube some night with my guys, feeling a bit out of this world, and just checking out what they're doing and just enjoying what they're doing. For me personally, it's I remember when I found the Alice in Chains one, and Nutshell in particular. That was a song for me, which really changed the way I sing, because then I took what he was doing and tried to figure out, and then I put that into my context of my vocals, and it really changed the way I was thinking about it all. And it's different for me listening to the electric version, because with all the other instruments and everything around, I just couldn't hear just what his voice was doing. and it's same with anything with Bon Jovi or all of these. So
For
many.
me, the original one for me was Tesla. They did that one in Philadelphia Unplugged.
Yeah.
That's so fucking great.
Then seeing Tesla at our first Monsters of Rock cruise was mind-blowing because I've never seen them and they never come to Europe. I understand, of course, why it's super expensive for them to come here, but to be able to go there and then see them, and then for the first time seeing Winger and Extreme live as well, it was just beautiful.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so good. And you guys take it for granted because for us, we get to see them for the first time, and you've seen them many, many, many times.
Yeah. It's nice to see them still going too. Sorry.
Yeah.
No worries. Like, that's actually like a thing. Like, so many bands skip Finland.
Hello out there.
Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.
You know, like that. If we want to go see the really big ones, probably like, Tesla isn't a great example, but like even the really, really known bands, you got to go to Stockholm. Like they'll probably make a stop there, but odds are not in Helsinki. So he's right when he says that you guys are spoiled. Like you can go to gigs that we will never have access to unless we have extra money for like flights and hotels and blah, 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 all that. So like leave the country to go see it.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask, Hannes, there's you guys do a whole bunch of covers, and you said that there's plenty of more that you want to do. You've done Layla, you've done To the Moon and Back, and like all sorts of stuff. So what are these songs that you already got your eyes on, like what you want to do next?
Well, for me personally, it depends on if I get my guy to go with my plan. Most likely I will, because fans have been asking us to do this and do this. And if we do it like in a way that it's not too stressful or too serious, as in we just record it, we film a video for it, put it on YouTube, without it having to go on Spotify and going through all the publishing and blah, 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 then it will be easy to do whatever. I would like to do some Michael Jackson. I would like to do some, let's say, Dodo. I'd like to do some modern pop as well. Some blues, anything really goes.
What Michael Jackson song are you leaning towards?
Okay, it depends on if I want to do like, with the groove, The Way You Make Me Feel, that would be great.
Yeah.
Give In to Me. It's a very sexy, a different kind, like a power ballad kind of vibe. Blood on the Dance Floor combined with something else. There's just so many that we could do what I'd like to do.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that like the guys won't go with my plan on all these songs, but I will definitely make sure that I'll get to do this song with some people, because one of the reasons why I loved Monsters of Rock Cruise was because I went there to make connections and make new friends, and I did. So now I have friends all around the world that are very much anxious to do this kind of thing. So maybe we'll get to cook something that way. Yeah.
I'm gonna like throw a hard question out there.
Oh no.
Would you cover an R. Kelly song?
Sure. Why not? Why not?
So there's you don't see anything problematic about like covering sex offender.
Yeah, well,
I'm not saying you shouldn't. This is just
if you look at it that way, it's the same that goes with Michael Jackson or many other bands as well. Like if I
tried to trap you in some sort of
you can't.
like duality thingy where you would have been like, no, that rapist bastard, and then I would have been like, but why Michael though?
If we look at that, well, then we can start talking about Elvis and all these other 50s artists and other as well. And
I think that's slightly different. Slightly 50s,
Yeah, but at the same time, this is the double moralism of the world. Like we're looking at a modern artist, or then we're looking at Elvis, who was very much into 14-year-old girls. I don't know. Is that why?
Lewis, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that different?
Totally into 14-year-old girls as well.
It's kind of But this is the way the world is. The world lies. Yeah. For me, if I'm just talking about music and songs, if he had a good song that I'd like, why not? but I'm not very much into his stuff. I really don't even know his songs. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And this was not criticism.
But that was a great way
This
to
was just
try to.
exploring.
No, but I
ethics.
like it. I like it. A good conversation has a lot of different perspectives.
I think so. Yeah. But like, I can totally hear you doing Michael Jackson songs and bringing you your.
Yeah, for
your
sure. For me, Michael Jackson is like my biggest inspiration. And I'm looking at him as an entertainer and artist, what he did and what his songwriters did with him. It's like
Right. And also like just not in his defense so much, but like, you know, his own childhood was so fucked up and messed up.
Yeah, if you think about it, well,
not surprising that he ended up
being
where he ended up.
7-year-old and playing in a strip club and being seeing all this world, and then literally, well, I can't say what's real, what's not real, but having a dad who's beating you into practicing 8 hours a day every day and all this, not having a childhood, I think that might slightly mess with your head.
Maybe skew your thinking. Just a tad
and then all the fame, and then suddenly you're like, you can't go anywhere. You're like one of the biggest artists, if not the biggest artist at a time.
Right.
I can't even imagine.
I think it was the biggest artist. Yeah. Like he was the biggest name in the entire world. Yeah, it's a tragic story. Yeah. But you guys are gonna like work on some not cover new material as well, right?
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Songs and works. Yeah,
that's what we're doing right now. So as we wrote Forgotten Shades of Life, we were exploring new ways of looking at our music, as one tends to do. You evolve without actually trying to. You just change and you just go different ways. And now with the material we're working on right now, it's we all have this common ground that everything is surrounding my vocals, which is all the melodies and themes that I write, and we write with Mickey. And then we have the vocals here. I have a melody. Then we'll see how to fatten it up with all the instruments and everything around it. Sometimes it's been the other way, which means we have a beautiful instrumental, and then I have to figure out how to create some kind of beautiful melody, catchy melody with that, and it's not very easy all the time. But now the way we've been writing has been different, and it's been very refreshing, definitely, because I think when with the new material, it's taking everything that we've learned so far and just bringing it forward with all the knowledge that we have now about songwriting and about melodies. And my friends, they typically call me melody whore, because I love melodies. I love melodies. I love those kind of melodies. Yeah, I love those kind of melodies that are stuck in your head. Melodies that you can sing a harmony to. Melodies that make you want to dance, make you want to move, make you want to do certain activities. It's the kind of stuff that I like. And also I'm a big lover of the ballads. So we have some of those as well. But right now, all we're doing is just writing music. And then we'll see what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to see who we're going to release it with. We're going to see when it's going to be released. All I can say is that all the demos that we are right now, they sound really good. And if I could, I'd let the whole world hear them already, but I have to wait. I have to wait, and that sucks.
Damn.
So what's up with the? Sorry, Bruce. Let me just quickly ask about now that you're writing music, are you still playing live? Sorry, I'm here with my knees in my mouth and shit. But
yeah, for sure. Actually, tomorrow we're leaving for the UK. We're gonna play the Call of the Wild festival, and then we have one festival in Finland this summer. The rest of the time we're just gonna take off just to write some new material and to look at where we are right now. Where do we want to go? Which kind of people do we need behind us that support us and that believe in us? What can we do? What do we need from them to help us out to reach our destination, which is, of course, just going forward. Because what I want to do is I'd like to tour the world, as hard as it is right now and expensive, but I'd like to tour. We have some plans for this year regarding different parts of the world. That's not Europe. I'll just say, I can't say more, but we'll see what's going to happen. There are just so many things that are out of our hands right now. So, right, as you know how it is. But what I want from the team that's with us, I want the 100% support and belief and faith in what we're doing. Like at this part of our career, I feel like that's definitely something I'm supposed to think that we want and need, and I definitely think that that's what we also deserve to have the kind of team behind us that believes in what we're doing and believes in our walk forward. We'll see how that
100%.
turns out. We'll see in half a year.
Exactly. And that now that you're in your 30s,
Yes.
that is just basically a blink of an eye.
But I'm very happy because every single year that I turn older, I feel more like myself. And that's been ever since I was a kid, because I was always called the weird kid who felt so old.
Right.
So, and still, and I still can't have a proper beard. Not that it actually bothers me, but like, look at my big brother. He's got like this Viking beard. I guess it's because my mother tongue is Swedish, so I'm half Swedish, which maybe you can see from my hair. But he's got the Viking beard, which is very cool. But I don't think as a self-proclaimed rock star, I don't think that would be such a great look for me.
Maybe not. Bruce, what were you gonna say?
I was actually going to ask him about playing live, so you took it right out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we're definitely got to do that. But we'll see how much. We don't know. Now in Finland, it's festival season, naturally, of course, so abroad. But we don't have many festivals this year planned, and they're already booking the festivals for next year.
Right.
Typically, the way it works is that you need something released so that you can then go take this release and take that to the next festival season, which is kind of weird because, well, if you think about it, it's in 1 year. But yeah, we'll see. But I'm very much looking forward to everything that's to come. I have faith, and I know that we have many places that where we are wanted. So I want to go there.
I love what you guys are doing. That nice classic rock and roll sort of thing is just beautiful. So
thank you.
But we are running up against time.
Oh, already. Well, that's the way it usually is.
That goes quick, right?
Yeah. But
when you're hanging out with good people like myself and Rena.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. But thank you so much for this. I really love this. It's great to just sit down, have a discussion, and just go with it.
Yeah. I'm only sorry that we didn't do the "what do you see in this" thingy. Are we not doing that anymore, Bruce?
We could probably do it and be a second or two late if you want to the next one.
We could. All right, because we got smoky mirrors back there.
Yeah, but that's okay. Hang on, let's see if I can do it really quick.
Yeah.
Hold on. Bear with me 1 second.
Nice. This is gonna be one of those therapy things.
It totally is.
It totally is, but I gotta find it.
And then we're gonna probe your brain.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like how you describe it and what you see in it. Let's do it quickly.
Yeah, we'll have to do it in like a minute or two, but give me 1 second and I'll have it for you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Shit, I thought we had that like 30-minute break here, but no, we did not.
No, everybody wants to talk to us, so.
It's true.
That's the way it is. Hey, get used to it. I think you're used to it already.
All right, so this is going to be totally random. I didn't have time to pick the picture you're going to get, so.
All right. Amazing. This is going to be surprising for all of us.
Share screen. This right here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, it's this thing. I've seen this before.
Tell me what you see in a minute or less.
What I see in this picture. Okay. I see a fluffy dog looking for a beautiful paradise called home. But at the same time, there is a naked man expecting to find hot dogs in the dog's home. There, we got some tennis ball action in the sky. We got some kind of pirate ship in the background.
Why do you think he's holding his junk?
Well, I think he's holding his junk because he knows that the dog is hungry, and he's wondering if it's a bone or if it's a wiener.
So maybe the hot dog should be over the dog then.
I think so too, but at the same time, if the dog home would be by the guy, it might be dirty in a very not cool way. So maybe that's good that it's this way around.
In a not cool way.
That's a beautiful picture. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
it is. It is amazing. I like in my head now. This is like some dots have connected. I think the dude is just afraid to like wave to the ship that you
Mhm.
ignored to say
Yeah.
is in the horizon. He
Mhm.
wants to wave and say that, hey, come take us home. But he's sure that the dog will think his penis is a hot dog and will just,
But at the same time,
he's,
you know,
he's
he could-
willing to sacrifice going home to protect his junk. And I think this is a
that's a
perfect-
metaphor. That's a metaphor for the world we live in.
Yeah, beautiful. Also,
I
before
was just
we go,
going to say that's how men are, but
also
like,
before we go,
prioritize their penis above everything else.
why is
But,
there
yeah.
mustard on the hot dog? It should be ketchup.
Well, also,
I
it might be
would-
the image. Like, if maybe there's also ketchup there. I'm not sure.
No, it's mustard, but Bruce, like if your wiener excretes something as red as ketchup, you do need to see a doctor and as quickly as possible.
Yeah. The color of mustard is not that good either.
No, you probably need some penicillin shots.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's less alarming.
All right.
But this is good. This is good. But that was perfect.
Thank you, my friend. That was a
Thanks
good
so
time.
much, dude.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
I enjoyed
everything.
that conversation. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And let's do it again.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I'll see you
Awesome.
later, dude. Bye.
All right, be
See
well.
you later.
Cheers.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Cheers.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.